Hi everyone, Janet Boyer here. I thought I would share my work in progress, a Christmas junk journal. I don't know how junky this will be, but it's going to be made in the spirit of a junk journal. And I've already sewed in the signatures. Well, actually, it's one big signature. Rather than doing the cardboard and cereal box, I like doing it this way with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And what I'm going to do is, as I did with my macabre journal, is I'm going to put like a Christmas themed ephemera here, but underneath it I'm going to glue these. Okay, so it's going to be covering it, and then when you flip it over, well, you'll be able to tie a pretty bow. I don't even have it cut yet. It's all a mess. I'm in progress, but I thought I would do a flip through before I embellish the heck out of this. So I wanted to show it to you. I have got hand stenciled pages, and every page has been inked. I have tea dyed, as they call it. It's not actual tea dye, but it's different distressed ink. Some of them are mica stains, so they have a really cool glitter to them. And so let's take a look through. Now this is duct tape. And so, yeah, I actually put the needle through the duct tape, and it worked fine. I used one of my son's sewing needles, one of the heavy-duty ones, and it worked great. And I love using nylon cord because it's a little stretchy and it's extremely sturdy. I like it better than the floss, the embroidering floss. Okay, so let's do a quick flip through. Again, there is no ephemera yet, but I cannot wait to bling this thing out. This is hand stenciled. This was using Tim Holtz Distress Ink. This is Fire Brick, Rustic Wilderness. This is tea dye, and then I had some bronze ink, and then sometimes I combined them too. I wanted to have more of a vintage feel than a bright primary feel. And there's also Christmas songs in here, and this is another hand-dyed page. There's plenty of lined papers and ledgers, so it can work as a functioning journal, part of Silent Night. I cannot wait to start doing the ephemera and the pockets and the stash. Again, sections from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Some old-fashioned vintage Christmas ads. More hand stenciling on the bronze ink. And this glitters at an angle. This was used during one of the holiday Tim Holtz mica inks. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think it's Holly Berries, because maybe it was. Maybe this is Holly Berries. And the mica looks really cool at an angle. So as you can see, the colors are more subdued for this journal. This is kind of like tea dye with some of the, I think this might be Flickering Candle from the Tim Holtz Halloween mica series. I put a brown paper bag. There's some of the red mica, and I'm gonna fill that with some bling and have a built-in pocket. Some more hand stenciling with the tea dye and the bronze. I just love these colors. They're so soothing. I just think some of the more primary Christmas colors, like the bright greens and reds and stuff, are just so gaudy, and I just don't like it artistically. But vintage, more washed out, yeah, I can get on board with that. And I did add some red and greens, but again, it's more of a darker. So again, this is Fire Brick and Rustic Wilderness, so I made sure I didn't pick anything that had too much punch. Like Mown Lawn would have been too bright. Citron, of course, would have been Twisted Switch. Citron from Tim Holtz would have been way too bright. Nothing wrong with that, but just not in the theme of this particular journal. I thought about using aged mahogany, and that would have worked too. That's kind of like a red with a little bit more brown to it, kind of like this, but even darker brown. But I like how Fire Brick worked out in the Rustic Wilderness, and of course the tea dye. Tea dye makes a nice it's like a dark beige color. I really like that neutral, and that's actually what I edged every single paper in this journal with. I hand edged in Tim Holtz's tea dye. I know most people like vintage photo, but I just think that's a little bit too dark. There's a time and place for that. I mean, I like the walnut stain, of course, and gathered twigs and all that, but for this one, I thought the tea dyed would have been great, and it did work out. Again, this is the nylon cord. It's very super strong. I'm thinking about putting some Christmas charms on here so we have some dangles. So we'll see. And again, it's just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and it actually went through the duct tape fine. The key is I had a big Writer's Digest, an old book, and I folded it open, and so I made sure I punched the awl through the center, and it went through just fine. The biggest thing is to lining up the pages and the cover when, you know, it's coming back through, which my son helped me with that, but it worked out fine. And I don't know, I just like these types of journals better than the ones you make with the cereal boxes and the cardboard. I mean, I have tons of cereal boxes saved because I was going to do that, but one thing I like about this is it fits on, I feel, on a shelf better. Now, of course, you can't bling out the spine as much. I mean, you can, you know, hang dangles and things, and I might actually do that. But I just like the feel of this. And it has, you know, as you can see, quite a bit of pages. So, who knows? Maybe I'll try the cereal box method sometime. But for now, I really just like doing this. And if you want to know what I use for my cover, these are actually just 12 by 12 cardstock cut down from one of those big 12 by 12 paper pads. And this particular one was not double-sided. And it might have been strong enough, but I decided to take another page from the same pad that has more of a rustic subdued, you know, type of thing. And I glued it on the other side, and then I cut it down and matched it. So this is actually 2 pages glued together, and I'm going to be putting bronze corners on here too. I'm gluing them for extra security. I did that with the macabre journal as well. So I'll be putting pockets and tuck spots and making tickets and tags and doing some more stamping. And I'm not sure what to do with this. If you have any ideas, let me know. I don't know if I'll make this a tuck spot, cut it, and make it, you know, side pocket. Not really sure. So I really like that, you know, I decided to include the Christmas Carol snippets from the actual book and old-timey vintage winter and Christmas advertisements and actual Christmas carols. Some of them are more colored, some are more just gold and white. Some more stenciling. So, like I said, I'm super excited to get to work on this. Tricking it out. Okay, almost through. All my hand stenciling. And there we go. I plan on, you know, covering this up with some washi tape so it's not so stark. Having pockets, what have you. And again, I'm going to be doing these sort of like, see if I can do this to show you. It's really easy to do, but it adds such an elegant look to it. So, you know, again, what I do is I find a big piece of ephemera, big enough so I can secure these underneath. And then what I do is I straighten these out so they're flat. Sorry, they're all a big mess. Like I said, I haven't cut it yet. But what I do is I put them, you know, on top of one another. And the glue actually soaks through, but you won't see it because the ephemera will be thick enough on top of it. Because you want to have a big enough space to where it really holds this good. And so it'll be big enough, and I glue it. And then when it's glued and done, then you bring these over. And it's so pretty because then they'll end up being 4 ribbons that you then, you know, fold, and it's just really, really pretty. And I'll definitely show this to you once I get this blinged out. And these are from My Scrap Cabin on Etsy, so I highly recommend her shop. She has some really beautiful ribbon. So thank you for watching. Again, this is Janet Boyer. You can find me at shayboyer.etsy.com, CHEZBOYER.etsy.com, and I will be back with another video. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.